Romeo, let's do rock, paper, scissors. The loser has to put their nose right next to this and take a big whiff. Okay. I'm doing this eyes closed, so I trust you.
Ready? Okay.
Okay, ready? Why did I take paper? That's literally...
Okay, do it.
Hello everyone, welcome to our Licata Douglas White Shirts kitchen. Today we'll be sharing some of the condiments we eat with our food. This is our first condiments video, but there will be another one coming later.
If you like my mom's videos, make sure to subscribe and like and leave a comment.
First we are making our garlic and olive oil condiment.
These are the ingredients you will need.
Also a jar with the lid. Finally slice 300 grams of garlic.
After peeling the garlic, it weighs 240 grams. Now grab a bowl and pour the garlic into it. Add 1 gram of flaxseed into the garlic, which is just under 1/4 teaspoon. Use a 0.5 mils. We don't want to add too much because flaxseed works as a thickener. Mix it. We know it's going to go on the sides, but it's okay. We don't add salt into this. Pour it into a container of your choice, which has a lid.
Creepy music.
Most of the flaxseed sticks to the garlic instead of the bowl. We've perfectly filled the container.
It's like gold at our house. Gold, I tell you.
You need to fill it to the top to cover the garlic, but we're going to measure it for you to give you an idea. This is 100 mils. We're going to see how much can fit. You can use any type of olive oil, but extra virgin cold pressed olive oil would be the best. We'll see how much fits in here. We normally don't measure this, we just cover it underneath the olive oil. I have to still move it. We've put in 200 mils already. This is another 100 mils. We don't know if it's going to fit. Yeah, that's good, Remy. This took exactly 250 mils. This container only took 250 mils to fill.
Press down all the garlic and make sure it's covered.
Put a lid on and store it in a dark fridge. Remember, the thicker you cut it, the stronger the garlic taste will be. It can last up to 2 weeks in the fridge, but our family will finish that in 2 days. On to the next condiment.
These are the ingredients you will need. Before you peel and shred your horseradish,
remember to melt your other ingredients first.
First put 250 grams of water. Then put 100 milliliters of vinegar. Next put 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of Himalayan salt or any salt you prefer. We have previously measured 1 cup or 237 grams of sugar.
Now stir.
Bring it to boil. Remember to keep stirring.
After the sugar has dissolved, leave it to simmer. You need it to turn into a syrup consistency. The sugar has dissolved, so set it aside and get your horseradish. Cool it down to room temperature. We have 480 grams of horseradish. Peel it, then shred it. Then shred it off.
Wimp, he's quiet.
You're doing onion. This one hurts your nose and your eyes. Hurts. It's like eating wasabi with your nose. Literally burning. I think I got some in my nose. I can't breathe smell anything else except horseradish.
Smell it.
It's burning.
Go like this.
Romeo, let's do rock, paper, scissors. The loser has to put their nose right next to us and take a big whiff. So
Okay.
I'm doing this eyes closed, so I trust you.
Ready? Okay.
Okay, ready? Why did I take paper? That's literally...
Okay, do it.
I'm already hurting.
Go. You gotta go really close.
Wait.
Really close.
I can't breathe. Oh, that hurts.
Do I do
That's
it?
worse than
I'm gonna
last
do
time.
it. Should I do it?
I'm not crying. My eyes are just burning.
Do I do it?
You have to take a really big one. I took such a big... I couldn't breathe. Your whole mouth...
Okay,
It's
ready?
not worth it. You have to take a rip. I breathed out and I went... I got here. Oh.
Okay, ready? Okay, ready?
Blow out and then take a big, huge sniff. You put your nose in there. I did that.
Okay.
You have to.
My eyes are burning already.
Go. Stay up. That's so funny. Oh. Remember to cover your mouth.
Yeah, sorry. Cleopatra!
It's your turn.
Your turn!
Oh, that's funny.
Cleopatra!
It was exactly what I said.
Can't breathe. I can't still breathe.
She's editing it, yelled out.
No,
Cleopatra!
Yeah?
Your turn!
it's your turn. Now, when you do it, you have to blow out all the air and you have to put your nose at least that close to it. And
In
you
that
have
gap.
to do the biggest sniff you've done in your whole life. We both did it.
You have to blow it out.
It
and
doesn't hurt and you can totally breathe
It
after it.
doesn't hurt.
Then you can breathe after it. by the
It
way.
doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Okay, you have to stay here for the film then, and no crying.
No, I didn't cry, I just
I
got
cry
tears.
every day. I'm just
This is the ultimate dude song.
Okay, you gotta blow air and then you gotta put
Blow
your
it
nose
out
in.
and then you put your nose in
No,
there.
you can,
And you
you
go-
don't go like this with my
No,
we're
we
not,
are not going to do that because we want to eat it. Go a big sniff
Saying
with
I'm
your nose.
dirty.
It has to be a big one.
Okay.
It's a very nice experience.
And don't
Once
walk
in a
to the
lifetime.
lounge room, stay there.
Stay there
Mm-hmm.
and cover your mouth. You know
Sorry,
why. You'll know why I said
right
that.
now.
Okay, now do it. Really big one, right in there.
Okay. I'm not doing it again.
Because
Do it again?
No, I don't want to do it again. You want to do it again.
I wanna do it again. Look, I'll show Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, look at this.
You're gonna go like this. What do I
Oh.
have to do?
Okay,
I'm gonna
do it.
again.
You
Okay,
said
ready?
as big as
Okay.
last time, maybe bigger. You're immune.
I did it.
We sucked all the goodness out.
Yeah, all the goodness.
Okay, now do it. There.
Really? Okay. Sure.
He's dying. No, he's not. I don't know if we can put this on. Breathe in.
I think I'm a puke.
I can't stop laughing. Oh, that's so funny. I'm not doing it again.
It's got tears.
I don't know if we could put that on.
This whole house smells like horseradish.
It hurts. After the radish has stopped burning your eyes, add some flaxseed into it.
That's not what we're meant to say right now.
That is what we went through.
My eyes are burning again.
Okay,
No,
we'll take
same.
this photo.
Strong. Add 1 gram or less than 1/4 of a teaspoon of flaxseed. Now mix it. Don't add too much flaxseed or it'll get too thick.
Get a jar with a lid. We reuse our jars. This is a pickle jar. And here's a coffee jar. We use it to drink water, sometimes for food. We reuse our jars because they come with the food anyway. Sometimes our jars break, so it doesn't really matter because they don't cost it. Because they came with the food.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. If we get it done and over with, it's good.
Okay?
My brain is mixed up. If we get this horseradish underneath this liquid quickly and shut the jar, we'll be fine and our eyes will stop hurting.
Yes.
Just do not go on top of that. It hurts.
It'll be like this.
Oh,
So you recommend this to be made in a well-ventilated area?
Yes.
yes. Very
Can't
well
see.
ventilated. Do it outside.
Yeah.
If it's not raining, do it outside.
Can't see.
Now put the horseradish in the jar.
Can't see.
It's made its way into my stomach.
I can't see.
Ugh.
Take a look at it quickly.
Okay, what am I doing? I'm wasting time. Okay, I'm gonna pour it now. Now pour your water, vinegar, sugar, and salt into the jar. You wait for it to settle down. We'll then get a spoon and mix it around so it sinks all the way to the bottom.
This would have to be one of my favourite condiments.
Yep.
We go through this in about 4 or 5 days.
No, this one lasts a bit longer than
Garlic.
garlic. It's way stronger, as you can see. Mix it in. As long as all the horseradish is covered, you can throw the rest of the mixture out. It depends on what size jar you have. There, now you can shut it.
Shut it. We're safe.
We're free.
We're free. And now you put it in the fridge.
Wait. You can eat it straight away then. Make sure the mixture is cold before you pour it into here, otherwise the flaxseed will cook. Store it in the fridge so it can last for 1 week. Without them, it'll last 3 to 4 days. But if you put it in the fridge, it will last for a week. This is kind of like salsa that you eat with tacos, but you don't eat it in 1 day. You eat it over several days. Cut 5 tomatoes or 500 grams of tomatoes. Finely slice your tomatoes. Now finely slice your onions.
Grab a bigger bowl and put your tomatoes and onions in there. Stir well and add your spices. 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of dill. 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of salt. 1 gram or 1/5 of a teaspoon of pepper. It's a smiley face. 1 gram or 1/5 of a teaspoon of flaxseed.
Mix well. Move it into a smaller bowl and then cover it with cling wrap.
Then put it into the fridge. Next one.
These are the ingredients you will need.
Pour 350 grams of nuts in this mixer.
Then shut the lid.
And pulse.
Shake the nuts a little bit. Then pulse. Shake them again. We don't want them to turn into peanut butter. This is enough for us because we want some chunky bits. Then pour it back into the same bowl.
You can see when I'm mixing this, there's fine pieces and then there's thick pieces. Put 1 tablespoon of 15 grams of flaxseed. Put 1 tablespoon of 15 grams of nutritional yeast. And now mix. We like to use a plastic container because if the little children want to put it themselves, and if it falls on the ground, it won't break.
I know it's a really simple condiment, but it's full of protein and everyone likes it.
Remember, you put flaxseed in here, so you have to store it in the fridge. Now for our vinegar cucumber mixture. Grab 800 grams of cucumber and wash well. Don't peel it and slice it into thin slices. Place your cucumbers into a jar.
Place them into the jar flat so you can fit them all in. Set the cucumbers to the side and grab a bowl. Pour 150 grams of water. Pour 100 grams of vinegar. Add 30 grams of sugar or 2 tablespoons. Add 15 grams of dill or 1 tablespoon. Then add 1 gram of flaxseed, which is 1/5 of a teaspoon. This is optional, but if you want to, you can add 5 grams of salt, which is 1 teaspoon. We don't always add salt, but when we feel like it, we do. So try both ways and see which one you like. Then mix. Mix until the sugar and salt have dissolved. After the salt has dissolved, pour it carefully into the pickle jar. Let's hope this doesn't go wrong. It did go wrong. Add water to cover the cucumbers, then shake. Then shut. And shake. This condiment is better after 1 day, so place it in the fridge. Here are some of the ways our family uses these condiments. Here and here we have 2 dinner and lunch foods. Right here we have horseradish. We recommend to take a little bit at a time. On this next dinner and lunch plate, we have used the cucumber and salsa and garlic. Here is probably one of the most popular breakfasts in our house. Rye bread with tomatoes and garlic. We have this every morning of the week. Weekend, weekday, we'll have it whenever. Here is another popular breakfast. Oats with ghee and nuts on top. Ghee is the topping underneath the nuts. You can find the video in the description. Hope you enjoyed this condiments video. We're going to have another one coming out later. Remember when you make these recipes to tag us in your Instagram photo so we can share it on our story. Thank you for watching and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.